we will discuss about the measurement of liquids, measurement of volume of liquids. So to measure the volume of liquid we use actually many kind of apparatus. So this is a measuring cylinder, okay, measuring cylinder, and this is actually measuring flask. This is a pipette, this is burette, okay. They are also used in volumetric titrations in your that means chemistry lab, okay. And this is a measuring cylinder. With the help of this apparatus we can measure the water, okay, and that means the volume of water, or we can measure the volume of acids, bases, okay, with respect to the measuring cylinder, okay. Now if we want to measure the volume of suppose any liquid, then we have to fill the cylinder with the liquid, is not it? And then if we observe that the liquid carefully, then there will be two cases, okay. In case of wetting liquids, okay, what is wetting liquids? Wetting liquids are those liquids which wet the sides of the cylinder, okay, such as water, alcohols, they are wetting liquids, okay. Now in this case we will observe that the water level, that means the level is concave, okay. So in this case we must keep our eye level just in line with the lowest level of the concave surface to know the more accurate volume, okay. So in this case to get more accurate reading we need to place our eye in lower level, lower meniscus level, okay. But in case of mercury, suppose in case of mercury they are not wetting liquids, in this case we will observe a convex surface, okay. In this case also the eye level should coincide with the uppermost point of the convex surface. So to that means to get more accurate reading, in this case we need to place our eye at the level of the upper meniscus, okay. So now we will discuss about the measurement of volume of irregular solids by measuring cylinder, okay. The volume of a solid can be determined by fluid displacement, okay. If we place a solid into a measuring cylinder filled with water, then the solid will displace water equals to its own volume, okay. Always remember it. Now let us check it, okay. This is a measuring cylinder filled with half filled with water, okay. Now if we record the volume of water from the, that means lower meniscus, it is suppose 65 ml, okay. And after that if we place a solid into the liquid, then when the solid is completely immersed in the water, then the water level of the measuring cylinder will rise, okay, as the solid displaces water equals to its own volume. Now the volume becomes suppose 70 ml, okay. So the new volume is 70 ml. So what is the difference of volume in this case from the initial volume? It is 70 minus 65, that means 5 ml, is not it? So this is the volume of the solid, okay. So we can say that the volume of the solid is the difference between the second volume and the initial volume, that means the first volume, okay. So thus we can calculate the volume of a irregular solids by measuring cylinder, clear? Now we can find the volume of an irregular solid in another way, okay. If we take a, so we have to take a overflow jar, okay, like this, and we have to place a measuring cylinder here, clear? And after that we have to fill the overflow jar with water till the water is at the point of overflowing, okay, here actually this point, okay. Now we have to immerse the solid in the liquid, is not it? And then what will happen? The solid will displace the water which will flow out from the overflowing jar into the measuring cylinder, is not it? Then we have to record the volume of overflown water, okay. This volume is equals to the volume of the irregular solid, clear? Thus we can calculate the volume of irregular solid by using the overflow jar. Okay, clear?